In this video, I want to kind of introduce you to and go over retargeting inside of Facebook. So this is how retargeting works. Basically, you place a code on your website or your squeeze page, your landing page, and when a user visits your site, they are tracked and you're able to remarket or quote retarget them with your ads all over the internet, in this case on Facebook. Now, little history on retargeting. It's been around for several years, but initially it was just available for big brands, big advertisers. Then it became a little more mainstream. Yet there were services out there, and there still are services like Retargeter and AdRoll and Perfect Audience that allow you to retarget your message all over the internet. And I think Google Display Network allows you to too. But then Facebook more recently introduced their own retargeting pixel, because a lot of people hang out on Facebook. So Facebook has their own retargeting pixel that allows you to place a pixel on your website, your blog, your squeeze page, and retarget users back on Facebook, because there's over 1 billion people that hang out on Facebook. That's where a lot of people hang out. And you can laser target them and do some really cool things with the retargeting. So why is retargeting so powerful as opposed to other forms of advertising like just straight off display advertising or email marketing? It's because that user has already taken an action and expressed interest in your offer. They've already clicked onto your website or come across your website somehow, because that's the only way they're able to be tracked. So retargeting is a way to subtly remind them to come back to your website and take an action, buy your product or service, etc. So here's how Facebook retargeting works. It's really simple. You just come over here to your manage ads, and then you'll come over here to audiences, and then you'll select create an audience, custom audience, and then you'll select create a list of people who visit your website or specific pages. You've got a couple different options here, and I usually like to make this the maximum 180 days. So basically it'll track users up to 180 days on your website, so 180. And anyone who visits your website, you can do any of these combinations or custom combination. I'm just going to leave it set for anyone who visits this website for this example. And then you give your audience a name, and then from there I'm going to go into one I've already created. I'm going to click this one, and then I'm going to select this one I've already created. So I'm coming up here to Actions and View Pixel. And basically, I'm just going to copy this code and paste it in the header of your website. So if you have just a standalone web page, this will go in the head section here. If you don't know where to paste that, look that up. If you're on a WordPress site, maybe a little more challenging to find. I think it's in the actually like the header.php file. But there are some extensions that make it easier for you to, or plugins for you to install to make it easy to give you access to the header section. So just look up those. I may paste one in the in a link down below. But if you're using a tool like Lead Pages or ClickFunnels, it's really easy. I'm in one of my lead pages here, so I just come up here to Lead Page Options, click Tracking Codes, and here is the header section. So you'll just paste that code right there, click Done, and then for ClickFunnels, you'll come up here to Settings and Tracking Codes, and then you've got your header section here. So you'll paste it in there, save that, save your lead pages if you're using lead pages, and basically then Facebook will start to drive, and then once you do that, Facebook will confirm that pixel and start to track visitors that come to your website. And then one cool thing you're able to do with that data is this is a custom audience, so you can retarget this in your Facebook ads, so you can retarget all those people that come to your website. But another really, really cool thing that Facebook allows you to do is create lookalike audiences from these custom audiences. So that to create a custom audience, you'll come up here to create an audience, create a custom audience. But to create a lookalike audience, you'll just select lookalike audience, and you can select one of your tracking pixels, your custom audiences here. And what's cool about it is that they basically go out and you take advantage of their database of all their users and go out and find similar users to that traffic. So one of the cool ways to do this is if you don't have much of a budget and you start by pumping a bunch of high quality targeted solo ads to your to your landing page, what you can do is invest in the best traffic that you can find, and hopefully you get a decent opt-in rate. But even if they don't opt in, they're basically blindly and visibly opting in by visiting your page, even if they don't take action. So you can retarget that group, and then on top of that, you can create a lookalike audience to expand that group of people that you can remarket to. So say if there's 1,000 high quality or supposedly high quality people that you paid for the traffic on a top marketers list to send to you, then if you create a lookalike audience from that custom audience, Facebook is going to go out there in their database and find people that are very similar to that high quality targeted group of traffic and users that you sent to your website. So it's really cool. It's really powerful. I don't see any other marketers talking about that, but that's a really cool strategy that you can use with retargeting. But it's extremely, extremely simple. And the thing is, it's a lot more affordable than just advertising directly on Facebook or advertising directly on other platforms. Retargeting is much cheaper. Eventually, it's probably going to go up in price, just like every other advertising medium, once more and more people find out about it and once more and more people use it. But right now it's still much more affordable to retarget someone than to target them directly. So hopefully you found this video helpful. Retargeting super powerful. So once you get to that level in your business, I highly recommend you start doing that, especially if you're driving traffic to a landing page or squeeze page or blog. It's always important. Even if you're not going to remarket to them initially, it's always really a good idea to just start building that list, that custom audience from the beginning, because it's not going to cost you anything to place this pixel on your site or your landing page. So it's something I highly recommend you do.